Welcome to Vertical Movement PT. I'm Dr. Cindy Kimmi, physical therapist, and today is day 3 of the 5-day movement challenge. And this is mobility routine number 3. All right, let's get started. Today we're going to do a 10-minute mobility routine focusing on our upper body. So let's go ahead and start off stretching our neck. Left arm behind your back, right arm above your head, and you're going to go ahead and lean your head to the right. You're going to feel a nice stretch in your upper trapezius. You're going to go ahead and hold this for 30 seconds. You want to make sure that you're breathing through your diaphragm. You're not breathing through your neck. Nice deep breaths. You just want to make sure that all of these stretches, that they're not too rough, that you're not yanking at your head, but it's a gentle and very nice stretch. It should feel good. Okay, let's switch to the other side. Right hand behind your back, left hand on your head, and lean your head to the left. You should feel a nice stretch on the side of your neck here. It should feel wonderful, especially if you've been at your desk all day today, or if you've been sitting watching Netflix or driving for a long time. And if this stretch is too intense for you, you can go ahead and drop your hand down. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to our next one, and it's going to be bear hugs. So you're going to go ahead and pretend like you're hugging a giant bear or a giant medicine ball. And the idea of this is you want to round your back. So you're going to go ahead and squeeze your shoulder blades back and then round your back, reaching forward like you're hugging a giant globe. So this one is great to help with the flexion mobility of the thoracic spine. You might even feel a nice stretch in your low back. This also helps with your scapular mobility. Your shoulder blade mobility. Your shoulder blade is so important since there are a lot of neck muscles that attach to your shoulder blades, a lot of shoulder muscles that attach to your shoulder blades. Through that diaphragm, don't forget that. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and go back to the neck. Left hand behind your back, right hand on your head, and you're going to look down at your right armpit. So this is going to go ahead and stretch out that levator scapular muscle on the left side of your head. So you should feel that right over here. And that muscle attaches to the cervical spine as well as to the scapular. Nice deep breaths. And just make sure that you're not pulling down on your head. Nice gentle stretch. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Right hand behind your back, left hand on top of your head, and go ahead and look down at that left armpit. Nice and gentle stretch here. And if this is too much or you're feeling pinching, you can go ahead and put both of your hands down, just like gravity, pull your head down, or you can leave one hand on your head, and the right hand down. You have options. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and do shoulder blocks. So you're going to put your hands right in front of you, and we're going to start with the right side, reaching back, making a clock with our hand, and then now the left side. So this exercise is great to help with that scapular mobility as well as that thoracic spine mobility and our rib cage. Nice deep breath through that diaphragm. Trying to expand that lower part of your rib cage as you're breathing. Keeping your shoulders relaxed so they're not elevated. You don't want them scrunched up to your ears. You want them down and back. Try to keep your feet forward. Tuck that pelvis in. that tailbone behind the back of your legs, and core nice and tightly engaged. Okay, one more. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our deltoid stretch. So let's have our left hand go across. Our right arm's gonna go ahead and hook that left arm and hug it to our chest. You're gonna feel a really nice stretch at the back of your shoulder here, stretching out that posterior deltoid as well as the posterior capsule. And stretching all those structures back there really helps so that you can hold your shoulders back and stand up with a nice upright posture. This is a really important one to help with neck pain, shoulder pain, upper back pain. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Right arm across your body, left arm's gonna go ahead and hook that right arm to your chest. You're gonna feel that nice stretch in the back of your right shoulder. Do your best to keep your shoulders relaxed and down so they're not elevated. And as you feel like your shoulder loosens up, you can hug that arm closer to your body, feeling a deeper stretch in the back of that shoulder. It should feel pretty good. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to the dynamic pec stretch and bicep stretch. And this one's my favorite. Hand behind your back. You're gonna go ahead and bring the arm away from your body and back and forth. So tuck that tailbone in so that your core is nice and neutral and your pelvis is neutral. Engage the deep neck flexors. Those are the muscles in the front of your neck. So make sure that your head isn't forward while you're doing this, but your head is nice and aligned. If this feels super good, you can go ahead and hold your hands behind your back a little bit further. It's a wonderful exercise to stretch out the chest, the bicep muscles. This can help you if you're having an issue with slouching or you have shoulder pain with lifting, or you have trouble doing any activities over your head. This is perfect for you. Make sure to keep on breathing. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and stretch out our wrist extensors and our hands. So you're gonna place your hands facing towards you. You're gonna on your knees. You're gonna go ahead and sit back on your heels. And you just wanna go to where your wrists allow you. You don't want to force it. It should be a nice and gentle stretch. And you're gonna come back up and come back down. This is great, especially if you are working on the computer all day long, or if you're at a desk all day long. Down, and everything should be gentle. You shouldn't feel any pain, you shouldn't feel any sort of discomfort. Definitely you shouldn't feel tingling. If you're feeling tingling, then you just want to ease up. You can bring your knees closer, and you can just go back a little less. If this is even too much for you, you can even go a little bit more forward and slowly come back. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and do thread the needle. You're gonna go on your hands here. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are aligned underneath the hips. And this one's also really good for core stability. So we're gonna start with the left side here. And we're gonna work on that thoracic rotation. So the thoracic is the upper back. So this is like the needle, you're threading the needle, and then you're rotating up. So make sure that your head is following your hands, your eyes are following your hands. So you can also get that stretch through your neck. Make sure your tailbone is tucked in between your legs, your core is engaged. Breathing through that diaphragm. And if the stretch feels good, you can go ahead and stop at a certain spot, or you can keep on moving. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Make sure those hands are underneath your shoulder, knees are underneath your hip. Now we're going to start with the right side. One thing to be aware of is making sure that you're not hyperextending the elbow that you're balancing on. You want to make sure that you have a very slight bend. And if this is a little too much for you, if your core is getting tired, and you find you can't stabilize yourself, you can go ahead and lean back a little bit more. That way, you find that you're not doing so much of a plank. But if you can, just get that core going, get the blood flowing, breathing through that diaphragm. And you want to make sure you're reaching, and reaching all the way across. Really trying to get that rib cage going, the spine to move. All right. Okay, our last exercise, we're gonna go ahead and hang out. So cross your arms together, drop forward, and let gravity pull your head down. Feel that traction throughout your neck and upper back. You can go ahead and add like a little sway. So you get a nice little stretch in that low back. Let gravity pull you lower and lower. You can go ahead and add some chin nods. You probably don't want to sway your body while you're making the head movements. You can go ahead and rotate your head side to side. Go ahead and just hang out here. Try to go deeper and deeper into the stretch. A little bonus is you get a hamstring stretch in this upper body routine. Okay. And all right, you have completed mobility routine number 3, and now you can go ahead and move on to core routine number 3. Good luck.